guys, it's Dawn. Dawn from Ohio Sunny Gardener. How are you today? Welcome back. I am starting some onions with you today. I have got all of my onions already started, but don't worry, there is plenty of time for onions, and I just wanted to get mine started because I'm going to get mine out into the garden about 4 weeks before my last frost date. So that is one of the important things. But like I said, mine just started germinating, so it's not too late. But we really do want to get started growing our onions. And I want to go over today the ones that I have grown or started down in the basement. So there is a difference between onions, and it is obviously it's our regions. They're long day onion, there's a intermediate onion, and then there's a short day onion. The long day onion is towards the northern part of the United States, and those need about 14 to 16 hours maybe of sunlight. The intermediate onions are across the middle section of the United States, and they need about 10 to 12 hours of sun. And then you have short day that are about an 8-hour daylight need. So I don't have any intermediate, but I do have mine are long day, and I have one short day that I'm going to experiment with you in my garden. So I will show you the short day in just a minute, but I want to go over the varieties that I started in mine and which one is going to be my favorite, hopefully. All right, this particular onion is famous all over the YouTube world, so I wanted to give it a try. And it is the Walla Walla onion, and it's my first year with it, and it is a good storage onion. It's a sweet onion. It's supposed to produce massive big onions. So all the way around, it is hopefully my go-to onion this year. These are from, let's see, Botanical Interest. That's where I got these. And these, like I said, these onions are supposed to be like the grandfather of onions. So we'll see. All right, my red onions that I started. I have a ruby red onion, and this long variety is a favorite in the M.I. Gardener garden for its crunch and versatility. And the deep purple variety is ideal for long storing. So long storing, because I do preserve and keep onions, this one's going to be a great one. I'm hoping that it is a long shelf, and I will be using these for the storage onion versus using them for fresh or for canning at the end of the season. The red Weatherfield onion is a long day as well. It says it put Connecticut on the map in 1834. This impressive dark red onion with unmatched flavor was the main export of the area. Its flattened purple globes of pungent flesh made the variety a fast favorite. It is sought out in the culinary world. This variety is delicious for the salad, canning, and fresh eating. So this one will kind of be a dual purpose onion for me. I can use it for fresh eating, but it does say it's good for canning, so I will use this for my canning. Let's see, here is my one of my yellow onions. This one is a Utah yellow sweet Spanish onion. Obviously it's a long day as well, and yellow sweet Spanish Utah has fair storage characteristics, moderate pink root tolerance, Great variety for the West Coast. Use these in soups, stews, and even stir fries. So I will put these in my canned stews and soups when I do those. This one is going to be a favorite of mine, I think, as well as the Walla Walla. This one, I hope I don't butcher it, but it's new to me, and it's called the Zebron or Zebron shallot. Shallot is good for things like using garlic. I hear that it's got a mild garlic taste, and then you can use it for onions. So this one really is going to be a dual purpose for me, and I'm going to enjoy this one. This is a long day as well, and it says it's a mix between the garlic and the onion. It provides a delicious mild flavor with more sugar than onions or garlic, so that's good because I kind of like a sweet garlic taste. And it is grown by seed and harvested first year, much like an onion. So I'm growing these. These are a long day as well. And the Southport white globe onion. This is a long day that I chose. It's a small, indeterminate day while picking large bunches of onions measuring 2 inches in diameter. A sweet, crisp onion with a good shelf life when it's cured properly. So this one will definitely be one of my storage onions. So let's go over the short day onion that I'm going to experiment with, and that's the ones that I'm going to grow with you today. The Texas Early Grano or Grano, another one I may not say properly. It's a short day, and it's got pink rot tolerant. And this is an early variety of onion, and it is an early maturing for the short day climate. So it's not too pungent. The flavor is strong when fresh. After a few months of being cured, the tears won't flow like after the day of harvesting. So this one really sang to me too, or spoke to me. The tears, they definitely get me every time. Now, when I wear my contacts, they do not. Thank God for contacts, but if I'm not using them, the tears will flow. So this one is another one. This is the reason why I wanted to try this one, due to that. And then obviously growing a short day just to see if this long day climate will do anything with these. So when using soil, this one is the one that I used this year, and this one is a Miracle-Gro seed starting potting mix. And this one actually has fertilizer in it, and I do not need to pot up if I don't need to. And what's nice about the onions is I will not need to pot any of my onions, because you can put 10 to 20 onions in each cell, and they'll be totally fine. So the Miracle-Gro actually has the fertilizer in it. It's not your typical seed starting mix that doesn't have any fertilizer or anything, because once you plant your seeds into the soil that doesn't have any, as soon as those come up and they have their second set of leaves on it, then that's when you want to start feeding them. So that's why I chose Miracle-Gro this year. This is my first time, and we'll see how that goes. So when starting any of your plants, you want to make sure that your soil that you're using is moist. You don't want it too moist though. So when you put the water and you get it into your soil, you want to make sure that when you squeeze it, it's staying in chunks. But you don't want to wring it out like a washcloth and all of the water come out, because that's too much water. So I've got my cup filled 3/4 full. And like I said, in this one you can probably get about 30 seeds in this and no harm, because the onion roots are so small and kind of stay towards the surface that when you go to plant your onions, you can just literally, it's like hair. Their roots are so big that they just kind of spindle out and separate, and you don't have to fight getting them untangled. So you can put about 30 in here, and like I said prior, I think I have 6 or 7 in each one of my cells. You could probably get away with doing 10 in these as well. So our Texas early grano, our short day, is the one that I'm going to plant. And I'll give you a close-up of the seed. They're not tiny. They're not like a celery seed. Those are really, really, really tiny. They are bigger than a carrot seed. A little smaller than a tomato seed, but they are black. So that's why once you start dropping these in, it might be hard to see how many. So when I do grab the onion seeds, I try to grab when I want to put how many I want to put in the soil or each cell, because you're not going to be able to see them. Okay, so now that I've got my onions in here, I'm just going to spritz the top of these, because your soil is already wet, so you don't want to give them too much more, but you want to make sure that when you sprinkle your soil on top of these, just give them a light dusting of the soil, because they are, like I said, shallow roots, and you want to give them loose soil to come up through once they start to sprout. So just spritz this, sprinkle a little bit on, and then spritz some more, and you are good to go, and that is your onions. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. I am so glad you're here, and please like and subscribe. Happy gardening. Till next time.